Okay, this session would actually explain with regard to the what are the relief that you can actually claim as an individual taxpayer. Okay, so by the way, if you still can recall, relief is only eligible for tax resident person only. Alright, whenever we're talking about relief, if you refer to your textbook, now you are actually referring to chapter 22, which is actually talking about personal relief and rebates. So if you can see on the page 380, okay, relief is actually deductible against total income, therefore reduce your chargeable income. However, rebates is actually deduct against your tax liability, therefore reduce against your tax liability. Okay, alright. So as I mentioned in the earlier session, right, already indicate how you actually show with regard to the computation of relief under separate assessment and under joint assessment. Okay, for this one, I will explain each of particular relief. Then I will actually show to you how it would appear under the computation for separate and also joint assessment. Alright, the first relief, which is self-relief or personal relief. Alright, so every taxpayer would actually entitle for personal relief amounting to 9,000. So this is automatically given to individual taxpayer. Okay, so if let's say you are doing separate assessment, therefore husband will get his own relief, personal relief 9,000, wife will get her personal relief 9,000. Okay, however, under joint assessment, you can see later only one personal relief would actually given 9,000, and then for the another person or another spouse would actually eligible for spouse relief. Okay, so that's why here you can see uh, personal relief you have 9,000, and then here you have spouse relief. If you go for joint assessment, spouse relief would only eligible for 4,000. Okay, so that's why sometimes you have to do tax planning, because if you go for separate assessment, each one will get 9,000. However, if you go for joint assessment, first taxpayer or husband, in the case of main taxpayer, will get 9,000, but the spouse relief will get eligible for 4,000. Right, so in total, separate would actually be better compared to joint assessment. But sometimes, if let's say, that's why I said joint assessment, normally you will go for that when either husband or wife is not working. Okay, or perhaps sometimes your income is too low, doesn't reach the taxable income level. Okay, then the next one is disabled individual. Okay, disabled individual is actually, for instance, of course, you must get approval from Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat that you are disabled or OKU person. Okay, when you have that approval letter, then only you can claim for this relief. Okay, another thing that I would like to highlight, whenever you claim relief, is all must be supported with a valid document or receipts. Okay, in the case of when you incur expenditure, and then all these receipts must be kept, because it is all document for proof, therefore, and also evidence. Therefore, all these documents must be kept for 7 years. That's why it's a good practice as a taxpayer. You do a proper filing of your records. Okay, because all this must be kept, because one fine day you might be audited by tax office. Okay, they will call for you. Okay, they want for the previous submission they want to get, because nowadays everything is doing online. Okay, so when you do your submission, you just declare that this is the relief that you want to claim, and so on, so on. However, one fine day, they might want to audit you to see whether whatever that you claim early on has actually have a supported evidence or not. So therefore, they will ask you to bring all the documents of evidence to the tax office for their verification. So that's why if let's say there are some under or over declaration, the adjustment will be made. Therefore, your tax liability also will be changed. Okay, coming back here. So what is actually disabled individual relief? Okay, this is applicable for a disabled person or OKU person. So let's say uh, there are married couple. Okay, both are blind couple. Alright, husband is blind, the wife is also blind. Okay, so if let's say you go for individual assess or separate assessment, so for the husband, he can claim disabled individual relief of 6,000, and then for the wife also, she can claim separate relief this as a disabled individual relief of 6,000. Okay, because sometimes both are working, right? Even though they are disabled, however, both are working, earning an income. Therefore, they might want to go for separate assessment. Therefore, individual respectively can claim 6,000 each. However, if you go for joint assessment, okay, for joint assessment, of course, the individual taxpayer, the first main taxpayer will get 6,000. However, the disabled wife or husband just now will get 3,500. Okay, so again, it goes back to tax planning. Okay, the next one is actually talking about medical expenses. Okay, so these medical expenses is actually for serious disease. Okay, for serious disease, and also whatever that you incur for yourself, for your spouse or children. Okay, for yourself, for your spouse and children. So maximum that you can claim for the year, for 1 year of assessment is 6,000. Okay, maximum 6,000. So if let's say you go for separate assessment, therefore husband can claim 6,000 and then wife also can claim 6,000. So 6,000 for each taxpayer. However, if you go for joint assessment, only one time 6,000 is allowed. Okay, because now you do combine as if you a one computation, right? And then under medical expenses, it also include complete medical examination, all right, for the self, spouse or children. Okay, however, this is restricted to 500. So if let's say during the year you do medical checkup, okay, you as a taxpayer you do medical checkup, and maybe your wife also do medical checkup. However, if let's say you go for a separate assessment, that means for the husband go for medical checkup, the amount of the bill of medical checkup is 1,000. Here, the amount of that you can claim for medical examination is maximum 500. Okay, therefore, whatever the balance of 500 cannot be claim, which is meaning it will be permanent loss. Alright, so if let's say that means if let's say you claim your medical expenditure, you claim your medical checkup bill, then the amount that you can claim for medical expenses for serious disease would be limited to 5,500. Alright, so that is actually some of the relief. So these are the example of how it looks like on the computation. So if we can see, okay, later on when as I already showed to you how the separate assessment work, how the joint assessment work. Okay, so for the separate assessment, each one will get, okay, respective relief whatever that it can claim. And then if let's say you go for joint assessment, so for instance like medical expenses here, 6,000 can be claimed by each taxpayer, which is husband or wife. However, for the joint assessment you only can claim 6,000. Alright, so that's why it's a good practice if let's say you do tax planning, you do your uh, tax computation on your own first, then you see whether that year you better go for separate assessment or you want to go for joint assessment. Okay, next type of relief is medical expenses. However, this is whatever that you incur for your parents. Okay, so maximum that you can claim is 5,000. All right. So again, this must have a medical condition certified by medical practitioner. That means sometimes when during the tax audit, they might ask you letter from the doctor to verify that whether your parents is actually sick or whatever the nature of that one. Okay. So another thing is that with regard to the medical expenses for parents, you can share the cost of the medical expenses. So if let's say the cost of the bill is 10,000, so of course you can claim maximum 5,000. What happened to the balance of 5,000? If let's say you have another siblings, then let the other siblings also join do the payment of the medical expenses for the parents, because the bill can be split. I mean, you can share the expenses incurred. Okay, so let's say you have many siblings, so maybe you want to share, okay, I pay 3,000, so therefore I claim 3,000. And then the other siblings, let's say, pay 5,000, so he can claim 5,000. So the balance of 2,000 may be claimed by another sibling. So it can be shared. Right? So the whole idea is actually for you to take care of your parents. Okay, another relief that recently been given is parental care. Okay, because now they want to encourage you to take care of your parents. Therefore, you can claim parental care. So restricted to 1,005 uh, for one parent. Okay, so if let's say you take care of your mother, so you can claim 1,005 for mother. If let's say you take care only your father, one father, therefore 1,005 per father. Okay, so that's why if you go for separate assessment, then uh, husband can claim for his parents, wife also can claim for her parents, so you can maximize your claim. All right. uh, Therefore, if let's say you go for joint assessment, 3,000 is only for one side. Okay. All right. That is with regard to parental care for the parents. Okay, the next one is talking about basic supporting equipments. Okay, so if let's say you buy wheelchair, okay, regardless for yourself, for your spouse, children, or parents, okay, you can claim. So this is actually referred to any kinds of uh, basic equipments, right? For normally related to the medical condition. All right, so this is maximum that you can claim is 6,000. And then the next one is when you pay alimony, payment of alimony to the former wife. Alright, so if let's say you divorce, therefore you still in under Islamic ruling, you still have to pay, okay, the nafkah to your previous wife. So whatever that you pay, you have to declare normally by the court decision. So you can claim 4,000 here. Okay, so by the way, going back to the spouse relief just now. If let's say the husband have many wives, okay, he can only claim for one wife. Okay, the rest, so he has to pick which of the one that he want to claim for. Okay, and then next one is we're talking about children. Okay, so children, there is a category of below 18 years old and above 18 years old. All right. Okay, if you refer to the textbook, you can refer to page 391 where they give the summary. Okay, they give the summary with regard to the child relief because it keeps changing every year almost. Because depends on the situation and condition of the current situation, current scenario, current practices, and so on. Okay, with regard to the children, if let's say you are below 18 years old, therefore, and of course, the child must be unmarried. Alright, because sometimes if let's say you are 17 years old, you already get married. Therefore, the parents cannot claim for child relief. Okay, so the condition is that the age of the child, and what is the status of the child. So the child is below 18 years old, and then the child is not married. Therefore, you can claim 2,000 per child. Therefore, the more child that you have, the more you can claim for your children. Okay, and then the next one is talking about unmarried child, 18 years old and above. So this is actually referred to those above 18 years old and receiving full-time education. So this is actually referred to those who are 18 years old, which is you are not yet in the university. However, you already enter the matric level certificate and so on. So any preparatory courses, then you and provided you are not married, therefore the parents can claim 2,000 per children.